Imagine this. June 23rd, 2026. Anthropic launched a product that on the surface looks like a Slack integration. You can add Claude in a channel and ask questions. Many people's first reaction is, oh, they put Claude into Slack. But if you read the official announcement carefully, understand the underlying architecture, and look at the internal data they shared, you will realize this is not a Slack bot. This is a bombshell in the enterprise collaboration space. Its name is Claude Tag. I am Dennis. Today we dive deep into this product and its profound impact on the enterprise AI landscape. Let us start with Anthropic's own definition. The first line of the official announcement says, Claude Tag is a new way for teams to collaborate with Claude. We are starting with Slack. Claude can join as a team member. The key word is team member. The Help Center explains further. When you mention at Claude in a channel, it uses your organization's tools and shared context to take on real work. Every word matters. Organization's tools, shared context, real work. This is not a Q&A bot. This is an AI agent given tools and permissions. If you have used the old Claude in Slack, Anthropic has announced it will be fully retired on August 3rd, 2026, replaced entirely by Claude Tag. The old version was personal conversations. You ask, it answers, close the window and forget. Claude Tag is fundamentally different. In the same Slack channel, there is one Claude interacting with everyone. You ask a question today, your colleague picks up the same thread tomorrow. Claude remembers all context, like a real coworker. First disruption, agent identity. Traditional AI tools are tied to personal accounts, but this fails in team environments. If a channel has 3 engineers and a product manager, whose permissions should the AI use? Claude Tag's answer: give Claude its own identity. Claude speaks as the Claude app in Slack, opens PRs as the Claude GitHub app, queries databases using admin-configured service accounts. No personal credentials are used. Permissions span 3 layers: organization level, workspace level, and private channel level. A channel member without direct GitHub access can read repos through at Claude if channel permissions allow. This is an entirely new AI-first access control model. Second design, memory isolation. Within one organization, you can create multiple Claude identities. The sales team's Claude has its own memory and tools. The engineering team's Claude absolutely cannot access sales data. Admins configure per channel tool access. GitHub, Salesforce, Datadog, Figma, Snowflake, over 15 integrations. Every Claude action is fully logged. This is the audit trail compliance teams need. Third and most controversial feature, Ambient Mode. When enabled, Claude no longer waits to be mentioned. It actively monitors channel conversations, flags important cross-channel information, and proactively tracks forgotten or unresolved threads. Slack's VP said something telling: Slack is the only layer in the AI stack where teams collaborate. Bringing Claude Tag into Slack means making AI into a multiplayer game. But an AI that is always listening, the privacy implications are enormous. Every product launch has internal test data, but Claude Tag's internal data is stunning. Anthropic's official numbers: 65% of the product team's code now comes from internal Claude Tag, not 10%, not 20%, 65%, and this pattern has expanded beyond engineering. They use Claude Tag to track product metrics, handle support tickets, and root cause complex bugs. The Anthropic team wrote, "We now spend more and more of our time delegating tasks to multiple Claudes simultaneously. Note the order. Not humans first, AI assists. But delegate to Claude first, humans do other things. This is not a proof of concept. This is a running production line. The product runs on Opus 4.8. Enterprise customers get $25,000 in onboarding credits." To understand Claude Tag's strategic significance, we need to step back and look at the evolution of the AI industry. An influential figure shared a framework after Claude Tag's launch. He called it the third major redesign of LLM UI/UX. First, LLM is a website. You open a browser, go to Claude AI, type a question, get an answer, the chatbot era. Second, LLM is an application. You download it to your computer, the Claude Code, OpenAI Codex era. Third, LLM is a persistent entity working alongside your team. AI is no longer a place you go to. it is where you already work. The organizational interface is disappearing. You no longer open a specific tool to use AI. AI is embedded in the communication software you already use every day, reading, learning, accumulating context, executing tasks autonomously in the background. This is not evolution, this is a leap. The pricing model is noteworthy. Not traditional per-seat SaaS pricing. Metered API usage. Tasks triggered by Claude in public channels are paid by the organization. Personal DMs are billed to individual accounts. Admins can set organization-wide and per-channel spending caps. Notifications trigger at 75% and 95%. Analysts have warned enabling ambient mode in active channels can cause token consumption to spiral. The deeper impact is on the enterprise software industry. Salesforce's new president said something striking. The future of enterprise software will become more headless and more ambient. When AI agents can read and write databases directly through APIs, the importance of UI is declining fast. Customers no longer need to log into your SaaS platform. They tell the AI agent to process this data. The agent directly accesses your database. Your UI suddenly becomes optional. Claude Tag is not without controversy. First, privacy. An AI that is always listening, participating in all team conversations, autonomously deciding when to intervene. How will employees feel? What will compliance teams say? Anthropic's admin permission controls are a structural answer to this problem, but large-scale testing has only just begun. Second, security. Since Claude reads messages from any channel member, untrusted content could try to manipulate the AI. This is prompt injection, which we covered in a previous episode. Anthropic's own security guide acknowledges this and recommends human approval for high-impact actions like deployments, data deletion, and customer-facing messages. Third, Slack only. Claude Tag currently only supports Slack. Anthropic says they are expanding to other platforms but has no timeline. Fourth, setup complexity. Requires a paid Slack plan, Claude Enterprise or Team subscription, and manual per-channel tool configuration. This is not a 5-minute setup. To summarize, Claude Tag is not a feature update. It is Anthropic's first step from AI tool to AI colleague. It gives AI its own identity, its own permissions, its own memory. It lives, breathes, and accumulates understanding of your company within your communication software. It no longer waits for you to call it. If you enable ambient mode, it proactively cares about your work. This is absolutely the future of enterprise operations. AI and humans working together. AI in your company is no longer an application you open. It is someone you work alongside. But this future brings serious questions. Who owns the enterprise context accumulated in AI memory? The project histories, decision records, and tacit knowledge. When you decide to switch AI providers, can you take this memory with you? Where should the boundaries of an always listening AI be drawn? I am Dennis. These are questions worth thinking deeply about for anyone bringing AI into their enterprise. See you next time.